morning. This is the police again. Welcome. I'll try to keep the dialogue at the beginning of my stream to a minimum this time. Uh, I know that it's not exactly the. I say it every time. I really just have to allocate separate streams for this. But I guess if I'll give people a chance to hop in here. I've got a little cup of mac and cheese here. Hmm. I really hope that that's not like coming through the mic. I'm actually gonna watch my thing while I'm chewing. Okay, it's coming in the mic a little bit. You guys are okay with me eating on stream just a little bit? Hmm. Welcome, who has ever joined. I just got started. But yeah, day 93 already. We are more than halfway through the game now. That's good. Hmm. Doctor, euthanasia should be personal choice. Yeah, well, if it's not a personal choice, it's kind of murder, isn't it? Like, I don't think you can really call it euthanasia at that point. Um, that being said, if he's referring, of course, to youth in Asia, I don't know. That makes it sound a little racist. That being said, it's spelled wrong for that to be the case. Unless he spells youth, E-U-T-H, and in an. He's just got a really thick accent that is somehow conveyed through his. Well, I mean, I suppose this is a quote. Yeah, it's he just has a really thick accent. All right, priest notes prostitution increase. Um, I actually just watched like they animated one of the first cutscenes in the game where like Jack goes to the gentleman's club or whatever, and like I hadn't actually seen it like ever before. I just sat down and I watched it because usually I tab out and like open Streamlabs when it does that. But for whatever reason, I just sat through it. It's really well made. It does not compromise the like geometric graphics of the game at all. It's like a really nice seamless animation. And I feel bad for not having watched it before. I didn't actually know it was there for the longest time because again I tab out when games are starting up. I typically don't because they're usually super loud, so I tab out. Welcome, Lucy. How you doing, Lucy? How you doing this Thursday evening? That's I like the I sometimes I forget about the emojis that Chris made for us in here. I really do like the hog champ. Wish people would use it more often. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, really great opening cutscene to this game that I have like that I completely neglected up until I should say animated version of a cutscene as the game opens. Soap actor Lin-Manuel Torreblanca announced completion of film career. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, I think what was it? We didn't send police officers to the academy. I think that's why City Hall is pissed. Woke up late and made French toast, so I'm good. Do you like add any toppings to that? Do you add like are you more of like a chocolate chip or are you more of like a fruit kind of guy when it comes to like French toast or like whipped cream or both? I sometimes combine whipped cream with one or the other if I'm feeling particularly like indulgent. Um, yeah, the Mafia still loves us. I don't know when we unlock the police station thing. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I guess. Fruit. Quaker fruit and cream. And cream. And cream. And cream. Oh, fruit and cream. That's a good. I honestly, I really do like blueberries. I like blueberries on like pancakes, waffles, French toast. Doesn't really matter. Growing up, whenever my family would I guess go up north, and I'd make like pancakes as a kid or whatever, I'd always vouch for either like blueberries or raspberries. Really, in my opinion, superior additives to pancakes. Or again, waffles are or French toast doesn't really matter for me. The last few months I've been taking antidepressants 3 times a day, but today I ran out of my prescription. Yeah, probably because you took it 3 times a day. The pharmacy said that they're getting more in tomorrow, but I'm afraid without the pills I'm not going to be of much good. My mind keeps digging up all kinds of disturbing thoughts. Can I go home? Yes, but come in tomorrow. Gotta support my officer's mental health. I'm too tired. I can like walk straight. Can I go home? No. It looks like the janitor hasn't been around to clean the toilets today. I don't know about you, but I care about the cleanliness of my intimates. Can I go home? No. Bro, everybody has to fucking go in a public toilet at some point in their lives. Suck it up. My mom is like that. That she absolutely fucking hates like going in public toilets. And like I actually this is I'd argue that like women are far more like that is a lot more justified for like a woman to say, "Oh yeah, I don't want to use the public toilets," you know. Like but for men, you know, especially if you're at a point in your life where you can still stand up and pee, like suck it up. Like at no point in time is your dick going to be in contact with that toilet. You'll live. Not to mention like a lot of the shit about like a lot of the stigma about like touching a public toilet seat or whatever is completely fake. The floor is a drain. Don't be shy. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Even okay. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah. Even if you are at a point in your life where like you can't like pee standing up, just fucking piss on the floor. You know, like don't actually do that. It's fucking. I've been in a position where I have had to be the one to clean that up. Like I worked at a banquet hall when I was younger, and part of my job was to clean the bathrooms, and a lot of like the like like wedding receptions and shit that were often hosts there or whatever. They'd go until like 3 in the morning, and I'd have to clean up like throw up and shit on the floor at like 3 a.m. So please don't actually do that. I anyway, I need to take my car into the shop. Can you spare me today? Eh, I feel like this is the bottom threshold to a valid excuse. Like, you know, single vehicle households, you know, sure. Just come in tomorrow. Just come in tomorrow. What do we got? Um, I'm feeling rather patriotic today. Got the good old um I don't know where I was going with that. Somebody's lurking in the chat. Okay, my share of the heroin. Yeah, I'll take everything. I'm tantalizingly close to $500,000. All right, let's start out with a good old mass riot at the foundry. Several dozen workers have gone on strike after layoffs and wage cuts. For a while, they were expecting someone from the company to negotiate with them, but this never happened. The protesters have armed themselves with improvised weapons and have started to break down the fence. You know, I am all for unionization and workers going out there and striking and all that. I am not a oh shit. Why am I blanking on the term for it? A scab. I am not a scab. I would never break a picket line. But like, don't like kill people. That's not a sustainable solution in any way. https://clips.twitch.tv/square enthusiastic kumquat punch trees CKL LKMF JWQ GHCT. I'm surprised you were actually able to post that link in the chat. Maybe I did turn down like the auto mod settings. I think that is the first link ever successfully posted to my Twitch chat, and I have no idea what it is. Yeah, everybody click on the shady kumquat link that Lucy has put in the chat. It's a Twitch clip. Oh, that might also be why. Yeah. That if it's like an insight thing, maybe they allow it. R word, toilet. Oh god. All of what I said before about using public restrooms is going to come and bite me in the ass. Inside a booth in the ladies' public toilet, a woman was overheard holding a man against his will. And attempting to blackmail him into having sex. Crystal Harrington only vaguely made out part of their conversation and immediately ran to find a phone to call the police. Admittedly not where I thought that was gonna go. We're gonna send Gay, Kodu, and why the hell not Morris, just for the hell of it. So, Lucy, what is that Twitch clip? Regale us. What is? All right, we caught the offenders at the Mass Foundry riot. That's good. Oh, did you? Hayden supports floor pissing. Oh, wait, you linked. Hold up, you linked like a clip that you made of my stream. I didn't even know you could do that. That's kind of meta. It's kind of cool. I like how it uses random words as part of the link. Square enthusiastic kumquat punch trees. Alright. The Buffalo, I'm not reading false alarms. There was no... Oh, I got another Atticus Corp thing. I don't actually have enough... Oh, here we go. Okay. Mr. Boyd, I have the misfortune of having a family! L... Oh, fucking... Oh, Rip Bozo. My only daughter is marrying a complete idiot. She's requiring that a wedding take place on the roof of my skyscraper and as soon as possible. But I want to protect my daughter from making the biggest mistake of her life, so I've organized a grand wedding and reception. And I ask that you arrest the groom at the altar on some monstrous charges like child pornography, for example. Better for my daughter to survive that horrible moment of shame in front of 100 people than to live in shame every day for the rest of her life. Damn. I'm going to send, what was that bounty hunter from Star Wars? Dengar. I'm going to send Dengar, Dr. McGillicuddy's, and Lazzarini. I don't know if you guys have ever had Dr. McGillicuddy's, like, root beer and sarsaparilla. That is some of the best root beer I've had in my entire life. Not sponsored, by the way. Same. Keep you guessing, I think. Having a family. That poor man. That's what I'm saying, dog. Jack, we have something going down at the port at 5:54. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. Man, these payouts are getting smaller and smaller. I'm regretting siding with Christopher G. Sands Undertale. Ooh, robbery at the boutique. 2 women tried to quietly pocket some expensive jewelry at the boutique, but the guards saw everything, stopped them, and demanded that they turn out their pockets. One of the women then pulled a gun from her purse and began to threaten the store's employees. Alright, I'm going to send Homelander, Gay, Ronnie Millsap, and Morris County, New Jersey. That's where I went to college, actually. My university was in Morris County. Alright, hostage situation. Registry office. Security guard reports that an armed man wearing a frock coat burst into the registry office. He was dragging a young girl in a white dress behind him and demanded the staff immediately arrange their marriage. Oh my god, it's the guy from... It's the fucking stepson from the Atticus Corp call. He's, he knew all about the fucking police plot or whatever, and now he brought the woman right to the registry office. We gotta put a stop to this. We were hired to stop this marriage. Oh, maybe not. Here's $6,000. Awesome. I don't know. For whatever reason, the floor pissing thing is it's adhered to my brain. I was just thinking, like, I don't know how many of you have seen, like, public urinals, but, like, a lot of them just don't... I mean, this might have been because of, like, COVID or whatever, and that a lot of, like, public restrooms, people just... They weren't stocking the laboratories. But, like, a lot of them just didn't have, like, those mesh... like urinal cake things in it, and as a result, you just get this like this wet cloud around them that, like, because the thing they would just reflect all. Well, I mean, part of it was probably because, you know, men are notoriously bad. They have notoriously bad aim, you know. But some of it, I imagine, was legitimately from the urinals, like, fucking reflecting the urine back out at you. And you got those, like, images on Reddit that were, I think they were captioned, like, unique urine pattern or something. And, you'd get, like, the silhouette of, like, where people, like, men were standing in front of the urinals, and there would just be, like, the urine cloud on the floor all around it. Like, I know that, like, people posting these were probably not responsible for them, and they're obviously smart enough to know that they weren't peeing around where they were standing. They were peeing on where they were standing. Their legs were just blocking it, obviously. But the fact that they like it just them playing stupid in that regard is just fucking hilarious to me. OMG, it's flying piffs too. Welcome to the stream, Belle. Belle, I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was you lurking. That means we've got a genuine lurker in the chat. Lurker? I hardly know her. Alright, anyway, suspicious individual at the Blitz Cafe. I'm fucking rant over at in terms of I think we've talked enough about like floor pissing for one stream. You missed it, Belle. Be in line at like 7:30 a.m. Damn. Lurker, we know what you are. Unironically, I think Belle as a mod knows who that is. I've seen the mod. I am a mod in Belle's streams now, and oh, you don't. Oh, I suppose if they're not logged in or whatever, I suppose you wouldn't be able to see the username. But anyway, like I've seen the mod panel now, and I know that like if they're logged in, you can see their username. Should I? No. I mean, if they're not logged in, I think they get away with it. I'm not sure. Anyway, waitress says that a suspicious-looking man in a rumpled jacket has been sitting at a table for several hours. He didn't order anything. I brought him coffee, and he just sat there staring at me. I'm afraid he's going to watch me till my shift is over. And then, the girl stammered, it's scary to imagine. So we're gonna get this guy on, like, loitering charges. Oh, shit. Yeah, you got it. There are 3 people who have wandered through. Interesting. Oh, now I'm seeing 4. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. The man grips the girl's arm tightly and aims a shotgun at the registry office employee. He says, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Or she says, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. This is a legitimate shotgun wedding. Like, this is the exact, like, thing. Sir, you fool. Sneak up behind the groom and stun him with the nightstick. Thought I was going to say the taser. It's like, oh, right in the spinal column. You there, throw down your weapon, or I'll put a hole in your suit. Oh no, not my suit. I'm going to say nightstick. Yeah, please don't tell me someone died. Alright, good. Because they asked for backup. I was kind of afraid there. Alright. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's get some people back. We gotta arrest this man on loitering, trumped-up loitering charges. I think we scared them away, Belle. They left. I'm seeing 3 again. Sad. Oh shit. I like that. I like the sad conversation or a little speech bubble emoji. Or I suppose that's Twitch. Is that default? Did I just compliment a default emoji? Alright. Smuggling at the port. We just received an anonymous call. Someone is unloading an arms shipment at the port. All the regular workers were sent home early. Alright, send the SWAT team. Sending Vandal. I'm sending Nordlander. I'm sending Kingston. I'm gonna start doing my emoticons backwards to game the system. Brownie face. Sag. Oh, yeah, so that it doesn't turn them into the default emojis. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to work. Oh, is that the default emoji that, like, when you type a frown, like that little crying Twitch logo, that's what comes up? I didn't know that. Me not having ever watched anyone stream ever for more than, like, 3 minutes is really, it's showing again. All the regular workers were sent home early. Why not? Morris can tag along. Oh, great, a mass riot. That's exactly what I was afraid of. I don't think these guys are getting back in time. The man in question was fired from his job today. He was just trying to collect his thoughts and figure out how to get by. Yeah, I had a feeling those were, like, trumped-up loitering charges. Alright, I don't know if these guys are gonna get back in time. Yeah. Gonna be cutting it close. Whenever I send, like, not enough people, they don't ask for backup, and then somebody dies. I don't know, I got the paddy wagon free to send. This might go okay. Alright, 4 large men in black suits are unloading boxes into a van. There's 3 more armed guards. Send a bullet through the van's front tire. Can you tell me where someone was handing out the coupons of for free pizza? Or, you're surrounded, nobody move. What do you guys think? Should I cash in on this free pizza? I'm gonna go, you're surrounded. The men with machine guns are firing at the cops. The others quickly... It would have never happened if I asked for those pizza coupons. The others quickly open the boxes and pull out a grenade launcher. Holy shit! Get in the truck and ram the sons of bitches, throw stun grenades, and attack. I don't know, I think stun grenades have had 100% effectiveness so far, so let's try that. Yeah, 100% stun grenade win rate. I'm gonna ask the Mafia to sell that. I don't know why that was I had to think about that. Oh, here we are. Illegal business activities at the Live Good Mini-Mart parking lot. Martin Coker, owner of a local grocery store, said that 2 older women with big gym bags are hanging around by the parking lot selling cigarettes to passersby. I can barely make ends meet as it is, and these hucksters are chasing away all my customers. Oh, I suppose it is, like, kind of illegal to resell cigarettes, isn't it? Yeah. Probably laced with, like, ketamine or something. But we hope you had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends are. We don't want any more trouble. Oh, shit. I sent something to the Sans thing. 10-11 progress. What do we got here? I don't have the manpower to actually send anything to this. Come on, there's a couple of cops right down the road. You guys can do it. All right. Terrorism at Freiburg Central Railway Station. We have a railway station in Freiburg? I don't think there's been a single... Man, that railway station must have the lowest fucking crime rate in the country. It actually looks like quite a nice... It looks like sort of Art Deco. It's got like a sunburst pattern here. This looks like a really nice railway station. I'd board a train here. 2 bearded men came to the train station and began to pray, and went to different corners of the depot and took off their jackets. Witnesses report that they were both wearing suicide vests. One of the attackers detonated his vest, but the second man's vest didn't work, and he fled in panic to the back rooms of the station. This actually happened in Scotland. This actually happened in Scotland. That there were these suicide bombers that drove a car, I think, through either like an airport terminal or a train terminal, and the first guy like got out of the vehicle and either like successfully like ran into the crowd shooting willy-nilly, and he got like shot and killed or whatever, or he detonated a suicide vest or something. And then the second one, he like the car had started on fire and he got stuck in the vehicle, right? And by the time he was able to get out of the vehicle, he was like on fire. Like this fucking vehicle fire had completely wrecked him or whatever. And he was, at this point, he was just trying to like, you know, like put out the fire or whatever. So he got out of the vehicle and he like dropped to the floor and started rolling around, you know, stop, drop, and roll. And the people in the terminal, in this like Scottish fucking terminal, like beat the shit out of him while he was still on fire. And like, I say the people that there was like this one main guy. There were like 2 or 3 people that were like beating the shit out of him, and the main guy who was like beating the shit out of him, the one that they were able to identify on the security camera, he was like given an award or whatever for like beating the shit out of this terrorist and like extracting vigilante justice. Yeah, the Scottish do not mess around. Do not try to bomb a like or did I say Swedish? I meant Scottish. Do not try to bomb a Scottish airport. It will not end well for you. El Bozo, yeah, he got destroyed. I forget who did a video on it. I think Quixer on YouTube did a video on it, and it's really well done. You guys should check it out. I love Quixer. I think he's Irish. Really based Irish YouTuber. Oh, new frames on the attempted carjacking. I think we might actually have enough frames to solve this now. Holy shit. Alright. Gotta do some reading. Mr. Poulsen. Gary Poulsen. Not to be confused with Gary Paulson. the author of The Hatchet. Did you guys ever have to read The Hatchet for school? I did. I think I was assigned The Hatchet like 2 separate times, once in elementary and once in middle school. Apparently he's homeless in this universe. I saw a muddy young fellow wearing a hood, whirling through the alley near the fur store. Oh, the fur store. Yeah, the guy fucking bumming around, the homeless furry, yeah. Reminds me this time I flew into a tiny airport by my parents' house, and there was a big hole in the wall. Found out later someone drove a truck through it that morning. I wonder if the truck burst into flames, and the driver who escaped the blaze then got beat to death by the custom or the I don't know. I forget if the guy. I think the guy was just like waiting for like I don't like a flight desk or something. I don't think he was an employee. But anyway, I saw a muddy young fellow wearing a hood whirling through the alley near the fur store. Then I got distracted. I get like that sometimes. I remember I heard some rumbling and hissing like cars running into each other. All right, so guy in a hood, some cars running into each other. Miss Poggers, Pogrebenyak, Miss Poggers. Floridians don't fuck around. True, yeah. I imagine that if someone tried to suicide bomb a Florida airport, they would also get the shit kicked out of them. Alina Poggers, victim of the theft. I had just parked my car near the fur shop, and a boy in a hood popped through the gate, grabbed my bag from my shoulder, and disappeared. I hurried to the phone to call the police, and the damn pest must have been hiding nearby. As soon as I stepped away from the car, he dashed inside and was off like a bolt. The very first turn, he hit the fire hydrant and ran away like a cowardly dog. Alright, so this is him. Yeah, alright. Okay, the car is insured, but who's going to replace my favorite Snow White handbag? The camera at the intersection shows a convertible crashing into a fire hydrant and water spraying like a fountain. A short time later, a thin hooded figure climbs out of the car and runs away down the street. Alright, so he's wearing a green coat. So we can immediately disqualify, like, the ones where the person is not wearing a green coat. I don't even know why. Like, this is literally, like, in the frames that we're given. Alright, fire hydrant. Oh my god, we get to interview the fire hydrant! I bet he's pretty fucked up after this. There's traces of yellow paint on the fire hydrant. Wow, that's not helpful at all. Like, again, this is information already provided in the case. Like, look, the car is yellow. Well, I suppose, maybe it's helpful for people who are colorblind. I'm not being very considerate of colorblind players if this is the police. Kek Sui Tian, passerby. I was just walking down the street when some guy in a hood came flying right at me. He was all wet, a real mess, like he was from a shipwreck. The guy ran into me hard, almost broke my ribs. Wait, this frame is literally just the... Oh yeah, he stole the handbag. I bet that's like... Alright. So this woman is like sitting in her car, right? OMG fire hydrant, I'm your biggest fan! The woman, I guess, gets out of the car. He steals the handbag. He didn't break into the car, did he? He dashed inside and was off like a bolt. Okay. So I guess it is implied that this is this woman's car, so yeah, she gets out. He swipes the handbag from her. He scurries on down the alleyway. He gets in the car, he starts the car. I don't think that he honks on the horn. I don't think that... Alright, so he crashes into the fire hydrant. Yeah, I don't even know why this is a frame. Like, we know the car is yellow. I don't think there's really anything that has to do with a brick either. Like, as the woman, like, calls the police? Hmm. When did the woman call the police? This must have been hiding nearby. Oh, interesting. So the woman... stole the handbag from her while she was still in the car. Yeah, that's awkward, but I guess I can kind of understand. I don't know what this is. This is kind of a weird picture. Um, okay, so this picture makes it look like the woman is outside her car, though, which is interesting. So the woman phones the police or whatever. Oh, and the windshield is white in this image, so yeah, that's like doubly disqualified. Um, Opens the door or whatever. He doesn't look very wet in this, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't think he honks the horn. The woman doesn't get out of her car with the handbag, so I think this is also out of the picture. Maybe it's something like this. I don't think he honks the horn. I don't think we have enough frames. Like, this is the only order that I can really think it would be, because she leaves her car, assuming this is a frame where she's still in the car, right? She leaves her car, calls the police, and then while she's calling the police, this guy, like, runs, steals the car or whatever. We don't actually have a frame of him, like, getting in the car or whatever yet. Oh, also, this, it's like the roof is down in this image, whereas the roof is up in this one, and up here. So maybe I think there are multiple inconsistencies with, like, what's going on here. Did you guys actually manage to catch this guy? Wow, nice job. You guys are literally my 3 worst officers on this shift. Well, close to that. I don't think Lazarus or Morris was on that call. Hmm. Hmm. My mac and cheese is cold. Alright, we can actually send backup. I'm gonna send Gay and Millsap. Kodu can sit this one out. Last call of the day. I'm getting worse. That day took me 32 minutes to finish. I don't know if anyone's keeping track of my nonsensical rambling. Terrorism. I actually forgot about this call. Oh, we found some explosives? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it to the Mafia. What could possibly go wrong? Alright. That was a pretty good shift. I think that we 100% of that shift. It's the first time in 3 days I think we've had a 100%. Minesweeper. Most calls are false alarms. Yeah, seeing as Freeburg is likely an American city. I mean, everybody in this game has an American accent. I imagine a lot of calls are going to be false alarms. Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simultaneous games in park. God damn. Beach to boast new Neptune statue. Interesting. The Mafia still loves us. We had a lot of loose change with the Mafia. I don't think that missing one thing is free, or is really gonna affect our thing. No such thing as a free lunch again. I still have yet to understand those Robespierre things. Like, I really don't get it. I'm too tired, I can later watch Drake and I go home. No. I got tickets to watch the filming of a TV show. I've always wanted to be on TV. Can I take the day off? No. The last few months I've been taking antidepressants. Oh, this... Didn't I gave you the day off yesterday for not having your vehicle. Oh, this is a better excuse, though. Hey, no, I'm too tired. I can only walk straight. Can I go home? Yes, you may take the day off. Mental health is important, even if he's like my second best officer on this shift. White Russian. Boys. Boss. Boss. Wow. Oh yes, yes, my sale of the money. We are one illegal sale away from $500,000. Man, I must not have employed a narc. We haven't been investigated in like 30 days. I actually have a decent number of officers and detectives for the first time in this campaign. To think I'm actually getting good at this game. It only took me half the fucking time, or half the fucking playthrough. Bomb threat at an office building. A bearded man wearing a hood rode a bike to the office building, looked around nervously, and walked into the foyer. He quietly placed a black bag behind a pillar and then disappeared. The guard tried to chase the bearded man down, but lost him on a crowded street. Alright, we are going to send Purdy. Oh, who's streaming right now? Oh, one of the cooking streamers that I raided once upon a time is live right now. It was the one that we raided, Lucy. One of those Astroneer stream raids. I'm gonna send Purdy, I'm gonna send Kendall, I'm gonna send Koizumi, and I'm gonna send God Bomber. I just got a feeling about God Bomber. One of these calls is gonna be the call for God Bomber. It's gonna be some, like, denominational tension. I'm gonna send him to, like a riot. Two religions duking it out. He'll figure it out. God Bomber's got the answers. Who needs God when you have God Bomber? The building's lobby is empty and there's a black bag near one of the columns. Carefully take the package and bring it out of the building to a vacant lot. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Kick the package. Completely evacuate the building. Yeah, we're going to completely evacuate the building. Inside the package, some mechanism spins up and the package starts humming and vibrating. Crush whatever is inside. Run away from the package as quickly as possible. Make sure that everyone is at a safe distance. What do you guys think? Should I put civilian lives first? Die in the line of duty, or run away as quickly as possible? Get away? Yeah, that's probably a safe bet. We have a report on the radio that the suspect was spotted in the crowd outside the building. He was smiling, watching the scene. He holds something like a remote control. Take the suspect from behind, threaten him with a pistol, and take the remote control. Throw a tear gas grenade in the crowd. Grab the suspect. I think that these two options... Oh, no! Oh, shit. Oh, my God, I was literally about to say that fucking those two options were the same, except the first one was more thorough, and I think I misclicked the less thorough one. I got lucky! I got lucky! That was pure luck! That 0% skill! Tear gas the crowd. Trust me, I run the pipe bomb club. In Minecraft. For the purposes of, we've been selling a lot of explosives to the Mafia lately. Assault with a deadly weapon. The reinsurance group of Freeburg reports that several armed men have become aggravated after their insurance claims have been rejected now, have stormed their offices and started attacking their employees. One of the men pulled a gun and told the employee that he'd kill her unless she returned all his money immediately. Another employee called the police and says that the attackers are drunk and can barely stay on their feet. Yes, they are, damn it, but that's not the point. They're crazy enough to kill someone! I'm gonna try to keep Prado off the line of duty today, because he has been tired for, like, 3 consecutive shifts. Yeah. You guys got it on lock. I always think, whenever I say got it on lock, I think of that, like, that Disney Channel show, that had that in the lyrics or whatever. Austin and Ally, I think it was called. It was one of those shows late at night that I guess I would watch when there was nothing else on, because Cartoon Network and Nick both didn't have, like, they obviously had adult programming in the evenings or whatever, so, like, all that was left was, like, brain-rotting Disney content. I remember if I stayed up late enough, they would play, like, direct-to-TV movies from, like, the 90s and early 2000s as well. With, like, the ones with, like, Shia LaBeouf. He was in a lot of those. Like, Holes and the, Even Stevens movie. That era of Disney films. People forget that, like, technically, Leonardo DiCaprio is like a Disney child actor. He was in a Disney direct-to-TV movie from the '90s. I want to say the early to mid '90s, around there. Or actually, no, it would have had to be early '90s because like he was already playing adult roles by the mid '90s, which is insane. Like he went from Gilbert Grape to playing like adults in the span of like 2 years. It's kind of crazy. You may be wondering why I know all this about Leonardo DiCaprio. I had a sophomore world history teacher who was really obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio. She was so obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio that she had like a Leonardo DiCaprio cardboard cutout that she would like dress up in her classroom. It was kind of funny. If I remember, the story behind it was that one of her students got it for her, but I don't know if that was just a way of getting out of like, you know, having an excuse for having a Leonardo DiCaprio cardboard cutout in your classroom. You know, I had a teacher like that, but it was Johnny Depp. Ooh, that one aged less well. Well, I say that Leonardo DiCaprio is still dating like 20-year-olds. Ugh. I don't know. At the very least, with Leo, to my not, like, I could be wrong with this. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio has had a domestic abuse thing yet. He might have, and I might have just missed it. But I think he's avoided the domestic abuse charges. Suspicious individual at the kindergarten. A cleaning lady called to complain about a suspicious man wandering around near the fence. This weirdo spent the last half hour rubbing against the fence, staring at children. Ooh. You better come and arrest him. Yeah, I better. It's a shame I've only got McStoned. Why do I always forget that guy's name? John DiMaggio and Scantron. Yet. Yeah, I mean, pretty much all white male leading like actors are they just always have a run-in with some kind of violent crime. And lately, I think it's been trending hard towards domestic abuse. Oh my god, Hollywood is a cesspool. Oh wow, we actually have... I don't think either of these guys have ever actually had a case. I think they've just been on the payroll for free. Or they've just been cashing in their paychecks, sitting at their desks. Honestly, that's what... if you guys are curious as to what it's like working for the government, that's how it is. You just sit at a desk for 8 hours a day and collect your paycheck. It's really, like, debilitatingly boring. Joe can confirm. I don't know if Joe is the lurker in our stream right now. Missing person, suburb. Judith Morrow reported to the police that her husband Eric has disappeared. She had returned home early from a business trip hoping to surprise him, but the house had been turned upside down, and Eric was nowhere to be found. No one at work has seen him for the past 5 days. Damn. The man was very drunk and merely holding onto the fence to keep from falling. How do you know that, though? Like... How do you know that? How do you know that he wasn't just like a really creepy guy? How do you know that he wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio earning his violent crime? Well, on the verge of earning his one violent crime. Unlawful assembly at the bakery. A group of drunken workers gathered at a factory entrance to protest cuts in their shift hours and other privileges. Management at the bread making plant has ignored their concerns and are calling the police in to disperse their disgruntled employees. Alright. We get to fucking go union busting again, boys. Alright, we're gonna send the paddy wagon. Good luck. Godspeed. Oh, it's only a 5-panel one. Illegal arms sales. Mr. Wright, or Mrs. Wright reports that the basement of an abandoned house has become a black market for unregistered weapons. There's no machine guns, plenty of handguns, and they sell them to young boys. Yes, I mean children. Wow, we are staggering our parties perfectly right now, which is good. That's how you get experience. You gotta pair slightly lower experience members of the force with slightly higher experienced ones. Although I will say that the higher experienced officers are, like, consistently tired out. That I think is the only penalty of that. Alright, shooting at the city center. 3 men were eating dinner at a small restaurant when 2 attackers opened fire on them from the street. 1 was killed on the spot, the other 2 hid behind an overturned table and began to return fire. Several more cops pulled up, and armed men stepped out to join the shootout. 1 witness shouted over the phone, "There's a lot of civilians around, a lot of people injured. Hurry." Alright, I need to get more police officers. I've always wondered if, like, your response time affects the success rate of the call. I've never really been able to figure that out. I haven't really noticed a correlation in it. Yancey, McStone, Kendall, Crosby, Obi, Hollinger. I'm gonna send everybody. Obi can stay behind. The rest of you got this. I sent the SWAT and the paddy wagon. If they fuck this up, I'm gonna be really pissed. Robbery at the Everyday Mall. The supermarket cashier saw a young black man in a hood grab an old lady's shopping bags and run away. I don't know if I'm gonna wait for backup on this one. I might just send these 2 guys. Shooting at the city center. Most of the people involved in the firefight have been killed or seriously injured. God damn. 2 men on the street continue to shoot at the restaurant. Storm the restaurant. Open fire on the suspects in the street. Order the suspects on the street to surrender. I mean, they have killed people. Like, I think opening fire is more than justified. Yeah, like, that's something that I have noticed, that, like, proportional force and, like, the justification of force and stuff is, like, I've felt like it's been a factor in the success of the calls. I may be completely imagining that, but, like, I think the time that the taser failed, it was completely unjustified to use it, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, mods, or mod singular, at Bell. I don't remember. Gotta ask the Mafia to sell it. Alright, we're gonna get... Yeah, I wanted to send 3 guys to this. I'm gonna send Kendall, Obi, and Hollinger. You guys got this on lock. I don't remember either. Rember. Yeah. Okay. I feel like this shouldn't be the end of... Okay, yeah, we got 3 new frames. Oh, I mean, there was a guy... None of these frames are accurate. Also, the handbag is white. Yeah, all 3 of these frames are completely bogus. I forgore. I remember. Attempted murder. A biker crashed into a truck at an intersection. Some of the biker's friends arrived soon afterwards and pulled the driver out of the truck. They're getting ready for an L word. Damn. No SWAT support? Alright, Prado, I'm gonna have to send you. Sorry, buddy. I'm sending you on 1 call, bro. 1 call. This is the 1 call I'm calling you in on today. The shift ends in 45 minutes. I don't think it is physically possible for me to put you on 2 calls today, at this point. Yeah. Shift's over. Turns out that the old woman knew the young man from the neighborhood. He's a medical student who lives nearby and was just helping the woman load her groceries into the car. Damn. Racial profiling. Or not racial profiling, racial stereotyping. Just some random person. Alright. It always seems like the last call of the day, they always ask for reinforcements. It's like, I gotta send these guys home. Alright. Well done. Well done. I think we're overdue for a cutscene. I think there's a big cutscene on day 100. I could be completely wrong. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Is this because I slipped up with the Mafia?
Who's there? Show yourself or I'll start popping off.
Mr. Boyd, it's me, Mr. Fry.
I don't know any Mr. Fry.
Yeah, I was about
and
to
if
say.
I did, I wouldn't want him coming around in the middle of the night.
Mr. Boyd, I'm a private detective.
Oh,
I was looking for your wife, Laura.
This guy.
Right, my wife Laura. I'm looking for my wife Laura. Laura Markham Boyd.
Yeah, he completely forgot. I forgot.
You want to throw on a robe, Mr. Boyd?
I'm not cold. So, Laura, what have you learned?
Damn. He is in his own home, to be fair. Coming to guy's home in the middle of the night asking him to put on a robe.
And
Kind
what
of rude.
plans are. To tell the truth, I learned even more than I expected, but I can't tell you anything.
I'll keep a hold of this thing just in case. So, what were you saying?
I said I can't share this information with you, Mr. Boyd. You see, Laura... Well, let's see.
Oh, damn.
Your beloved Laura is with a very wealthy man.
Are we going to get the option to, like, pay this guy
He was
off?
a good investigator, but he figured out pretty quick that I was onto him. We talked, all three of us, me, him, Laura. And, well, we agreed that I'd stop bothering them. And in return, I'm getting a very good position in the company he owns. Mr. Oh, I almost gave the name away.
You do realize I could shoot you right
Is
here.
it the Atticus guy?
To be fair, Mr. Boyd,
Did he stab us in the back?
No. But I decided to come clean with you, look you in the eye. I don't want you blaming Emma. She really wanted to help you. Plus, Mr. Boyd, I like you. You're a good chief of police.
Yeah,
and
this
I feel
guy,
bad for you.
he might be a mafia
I
whore,
talked to
but,
Laura,
like,
and
he's got a
she'll call you when
really
she's ready.
shitty
You
life
just
right
need to
now.
wait a little longer. And, well, I'm not taking a penny from you for my services.
Get out. Leave the beer.
What?
But I already drank half of it.
Don't worry, I'm not squeamish.
Damn.
Hey, Fry, take off your shoes.
I'm sorry?
Take off your shoes. Leave them at the door and get out.
But why?
Because when I asked you to leave the beer, it seemed like you didn't really mind. And I want you to mind.
Those are nice shoes. Got like the
And
little
the socks.
What? Bro, what?
Fine.
Is he gonna like call somebody in against him? Like, hey, it's illegal to drive barefoot, pal. In most states. Or is he gonna kill him and then throw him over the phone wire? Isn't that like a sign of a gangland killing or something? And just wanted to look at his feet. True. The ultimate twist. Yeah, Jack Boyd getting like hit in the head and going into a coma for months. Sure, it made him more confident, but it turned him into a foot fetishist. All right. During concert, singer Gennaro Crespo presents "Ring to Admirer." Oh, I thought he was presenting like a song or a part called "Ring to Admire," but no, presents a ring to an admirer. LGB activists, homophobia in Freiburg at every turn. I don't know. I hired a gay cop. One. Yeah, Officer Gay. A World War II naval mine discovered in city dump. Oh, a day after the minesweepers claimed that all their calls were fake. All right, what do we got here? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Everybody loves us. Ooh, welcome to the stream, whoever just popped in. Kubota's just not going to show up. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, I think I can legally No, I can't. No, I cannot, because he will leak all that information about me. I just have to keep him on the payroll. I'm too tired. I can only walk straight. Can I go home? I am suffering an extremely severe anxiety attack. I can't concentrate on anything. Can I go home? You know, you've actually been really good on calls lately, and I care a lot about my employees' mental health. So yeah, just come in tomorrow. And yeah, whoever joined just left. Zam. Can't win them all. Oh. New bar! Jack, a new bar opened in the city, and its owner promised to pour free drinks for all the cops and firefighters. Can't speak for the firefighters, but our guys are going to jump at this opportunity. Oh, great. More drunk cops. Oh, we are so close. Wow, that automatic weapon did not bring in as much money. It kind of sucks. Alright. I have a feeling that we are going to need more officers and detectives soon. Ah, to hell with it. We're gonna get greedy. Suicide threat at Freeburg High School. A chemistry teacher called to tell us that one of his graduate students is standing on the edge of the roof. He's been harassed by his classmates because he wouldn't hide his sexual orientation. It seems like this guy finally broke. Bro thinks he's Walter White. Graduate student. This is a high school. Anyway, I'm gonna send in Gay because I have a feeling that he might be able to relate with this student on some level. No reason, just think that you know, be able to talk him down. He's really good at that. He's an experienced police negotiator. Gallery of Modern Art robbery. During the premiere of an animalism exhibit, masked gunmen burst into the gallery, killed 2 guards, and started bagging some of the paintings, some of which are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some visitors and staff are still in the gallery. Alright, gonna send Homelander, gonna send Kingston, gonna send Kodu, gonna send Dr. McGillicuddy, and Lazzarini. Why not? I think I probably could have sent Degar on that one. Dengar. Alright. Imagine if we didn't send enough, like, police experience points to this scene. Like, would it say offender escaped? Or civilian, casualty? Or both? Because, like, how would one run away from, like, a suicide sort of attempt or whatever? Moreover, who did we just arrest? The chemistry teacher? Like, I'll send Dengar. Robbery at the LifeWire store. An alarm at the electronics store just went off. We called, but they're not picking up. It's the middle of the day, so they should be open. Wow, they actually went for that. Welcome to the stream, whoever just tuned in. It could also be Robespierre, because he owns that slaughterhouse and that slaughterhouse and restaurant place as well. The woman. Sorry, I kind of jumped there. The man that the main character's ex-wife is with. Unlawful assembly at the slaughterhouse. Speak of the devil. This is Robespierre owns this place. A group of young people blocked the slaughterhouse's exit, chanting "Meat is murder." The protesters are carrying flashy posters, and one eyewitness reports seeing a weapon. You know, I'm tempted to just let that, like, go. The shop window is broken, and there are 2 large men with guns inside. One is cleaning out the cash register, and the other is carrying a TV. Customers are lying on the floor, and there's no sign of the cashier. We have you surrounded. Throw down your weapons, man. That is last year's model. Take that one over there, the flat screen. Wait until the robbers leave the store. The robbers spot the police. A man with the TV runs the pickup truck, and the other pulls the cashier from the counter and puts a gun to his head. Let us go quietly. Tell the hostage to duck and shoot the robbers. Fine, get out of here. Grab the guy with the TV. 2 can play at that game. $7.70 apiece. These guys are duking it out for the top spot. we gonna get people back in time? I think so. Yeah. Alright, who are we sending? Let's send... No, we've already sent him out. Let's send Gay, Millsap, Kingston, McGillicuddy, and Lazzarini. And the paddy wagon. Yeah, I had a... This one, yeah, this one was no problem whatsoever. Alright, drug manufacturing. Lisa Guillen, or Gwillen, was in a hurry after the dentist... at the dentist and accidentally went into the wrong room. I saw people inside wearing white coats and masks, bottles of pills, and some suspicious equipment and different colored powders. I think they might have been drugs. I guess, like, powdered toothpaste is a thing. I don't know, that could be a lot of things. I don't think that's a real call. It's been a while since I've refused to send anybody to anything. I think I'm going to take my chances with that one. I'll break the streak. I think all of our shifts on this stream have been perfect so far. Unlawful assembly at the police station. Mr. Boyd, I have decided to build a new church for the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ, and I am beset by the greedy paws of his good servants. Just when we were about to start laying the foundation, the developer decided to raise the prices of his services, threatening to disrupt our production schedule. His new demands are unchristian and are simply extortionist. The Lord wants you to send your employees to talk with the developer and his men. Put a few of them in cement. We have to make it clear that these greedy heathens, that the Lord's house shall be built even on the bones of sinners. I forget who this crazy lunatic is again. Isn't he like... Yeah, he's like a cult leader, essentially. God, I wish I had God Bomber on this shift. This would be the absolute perfect call to put him on. Yeah, I had a feeling. There's a pharmaceutical company right next to the dentist. That makes a lot of sense, actually. God, I hate this guy. I don't want to send anybody to this guy. He wanted like 6 dudes. Yeah, I'm not gonna send him that many guys. Hey, Flores actually showed up to a shift. That's his first time in, I think, 3 days. Patrol tried to pull over a black Jeep for speeding, but the driver tried to ditch them. Alright, you guys should have that on. No problem. Bro? What, did the stream cut out?
1210 in progress.
Mrs. Lombardi, wife of the esteemed football coach Vince Lombardi, looked out the window and saw a strange, overgrown man spreading out his hands. The old woman whispered, I think it's some part of some satanic ritual. Yeah, no. God, this would have been the perfect shift for God Bomber. Where is he? Shift B. That's where he is. B for Bomber. Police car catches up with the Jeep. A dark-skinned teenager pops out of the window and starts shooting. Shoot the criminal with a gun, run into the curb, shoot out the wheels. I mean, he's shooting. I think shooting him is justified. The Jeep abruptly turns down the alley, but the vehicle can't handle the turn and flips over. Ram the overturned Jeep, come out with your hands up, surround the Jeep, and wait to see what happens. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Ooh, and an automatic weapon. This automatic weapon will put me over $500,000. That's it right there. I am not sending anybody... I'm not sending anybody to the mission from God. If I had God Bomber, I would. But I'm just not. I'm also not sending anybody to this. This is bogus. Got all worked up about a common scarecrow that one of her neighbors placed in there. Alright, vandalism at the Gallery of Modern Art. An elderly security guard reported that he locked a vandal inside the gallery. The guy had already broken one of the statues with a hammer, part of the Eros vs. Thanatos exhibit. No need to hurry. There's no way he's getting out the door, and as for the other statues, I don't mind much either way. Let him smash up the porno if that's what he wants. Wow, a lot of stuff going down at the Gallery of Modern Art today. I'm gonna send Lazzarini. We gotta start getting these guys with some experience. Screw this guy. I don't really give a shit about the cult. Oh, the hot wiring, that might actually be it. That might actually be it. And you can see just a little bit of green there. So, alright. Alright. He didn't... I mean, he had the purse. Did the woman leave the keys in the ignition? He dashed inside and was off like a bolt. I think off like a bolt implies that he didn't hotwire it. But I'm gonna try it anyway. Expensive car lost control and crashed a vehicle. Ended up fleeing the scene. Yeah. I always forget that there is a little information into the phone caption. Okay. Still doesn't really give us enough frames. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't say she got out before he grabbed the bag. I don't know what the last frame would be in that case. Yeah, it's not it either. I might have to get a little creative with discovering the solution to that one. I think I have all the frames. It's just another case of me being stupid. Like, the one guy did say he thought he heard, like, a car crash, but I think that's bullshit, because he hit a fire hydrant, you know? How can one distinguish the sound of hitting a fire hydrant from getting into a car accident? That seems like kind of bullshit. Also, I think there was an option to, like, hit a fire truck, and it's like, that seems like way too good to be true, you know? Welcome to the stream if you just tuned in. Just noticed we got a couple extra people in here. Bakery closed for disinfection. Oh, I suppose. A lot of shit going down at the bakery as well. They break down a labor dispute, did a bit of union busting, and all of a sudden there's a virus loose in the bakery. Coincidence? Dragon's Lair Club hosting regional martial arts tournament. Dragon's Lair was a Philips CDI game. It was... I think a lot of people say that it was the best Philips CDI game. Fun bit of trivia that goes with Dragon's Lair, actually. That game was made available in an extremely limited arcade cabinet run. So there is a very limited group of people out in the world that like remember playing it on like an arcade cabinet at like an arcade. Which is really cool. I remember watching a YouTube video about that years ago. I couldn't tell you which YouTuber put that out. It probably was, oh god, I think his name is Larry, but I forget what his username is. Yeah, whatever. Study finds 86% of clowns are schizophrenic. I'm the Joker, baby. Was that in poor taste? Hopefully not too poor taste. Alright. I'm too tired, I can walk straight, can I go home? Today, my daughter is opening an art exhibition at an elite gallery in a nearby city. Can I have the day off? Oh, I really wish you were on shift yesterday, God Bomber. You would have been the perfect person to send to that call. Sure. I'll be nice. I think that's a legitimate excuse. Like, I noticed that around day 90, a lot of the excuses changed. Except, good old, I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight, can I go home? We will listen to Blues for Mr. T. Why not? I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight, can I go home? Woo! Yeah! 80 bucks! I'm rolling in it, so I can hire a detective. Which shift doesn't have as many detectives? They have the same amount. Alright. We have a lot of shitty detectives on the force. It takes a lot longer to accumulate experience as a detective, unless I send them to the academy, which I really haven't been doing because I've been hodling all my money. undercooked my fucking rice. Fucking rice. You should try putting it back in the rice cooker. I think I'm gonna go Shift B. Keith Coleman. Todd Morgan looks like he'd be a really good detective. So does Shirley Johnson, though, actually. Got the nerd emoji glasses. Shift B. Alright. We got a police officer slot. Shift A, probably. Oh. Interesting. I can't hire someone? You think I have a rice cooker? We have a tiny rice cooker here. Cute little rice cooker. What do you cook it in? Oh, my chat's... Oh, there we go. Yeah, what do you cook your rice in, then? I can improve my SWAT team. 4 times a day. I got an $8 raise. Woo! Taking everything. Wow, those automatic weapon sales keep going down. Yes! Yes! Harpooned whale! I have completed my goal. $500,000. A pot. Damn, cooking rice with weed. I wonder how that'd taste. Oh, wow, just back down to 3. Like a God-fearing Puerto Rican woman. Mass riot at Old House. Freeburg's Department of Housing evicted 60 retired construction workers from their homes. Over a decade ago, they received housing on favorable terms for their contribution to the development of the city. Most of the evicted people took to the streets, demanding they be left alone and allowed to live in their own homes. Wanda Parker, another retiree, is leading the demonstration. She said that they aren't formally registered as tenants, and their registration there is renewed every year by the mayor. The mayor's office has stressed that no one officially lives in these apartments, so there can't be a problem of evicting homeless people. Damn! God, I hope the city doesn't do me that dirty after I retire. God, hoping I don't stay that long with the city, but if I do, oh my God. I'm gonna send... Purdy is always a great opening cop. I don't know what it is, it's just a good luck charm, you know? I can't believe I have to put down this riot, though. The city just fucking shafted these poor people. Bomb threat. Hello, police. Hello, gay sex hotline. I was taking out the trash and I heard a ticking sound coming from the neighbor's cans. Somebody threw away a clock or something. I'm calling it right now. But again, I just can't, like... Alright, we've got here. Assault with a deadly weapon. Freeburg High School. During an English literature class. Prado is still tired. I sent him to 1 call yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. A wild dog ran in and began to snap at the students. A guy from animal control arrived, but he wanted to impress the kids and got a real gun and tried to shoot the dog. At the last moment, the dog lunged and the man shot a schoolgirl instead. Hell nah. The teacher attacked the shooter and received a bullet in the stomach. He attacked the animal control guy? The suspect started shouting that the whole thing was an accident and then disappeared into the basement of the school. Holy crap. I might have talked about this on stream already, but, like, my elementary school had, like, miles... Well, I don't want to say miles of tunnels, but, like, really long, like, Cold War-era tunnels underneath it. That, like, they went on, I think, beyond the property lines of the school or whatever. Because I think the school was built in, like, the 50s or something. Out front, there's a huge crowd of elderly people yelling. One of the pensioner with the oxygen tank on here. I think I'm gonna try to calm down the crowd. Yeah, like surely not that many of these pensioners are really that rowdy. I think they just want to live their lives, you know. God, city did them so dirty though. You always got to get that kind of thing in writing, guys. If you ever get a fucking like benefit package like that it has something really niche and you think it's too good to be true, make sure it's in a contract somewhere. Don't let cities do that to you. There was no bomb in the garbage. The ticking sound was coming from an antique cuckoo clock that someone threw away. Yep, called it. What a lovely piece, said the woman. I'm taking this inside with me. Called it. Assault with a deadly weapon. In the darkness of the basement, you can see the silhouette of the man sitting, hugging his knees, whimpering and mumbling under his breath that this should have never happened. Toss us your gun nice and slow. Open fire on the man. Just kill him. Slowly approach the man and calm him down. I'm going to say toss us your gun. Oh, come on. Wipes his tears away and suddenly jumps up and screams, I'm not going to jail. There's a gun in his hand. Run for cover, shoot him in the leg. Hit him with the taser. I guess shoot him in the leg. He's got a gun pointed at us. I think that's pretty good call. Why not? Prado's a tank, man. Oh, animal abuse at the animal shelter. Animal rights activist Betty Medina said that the local kennel for stray animals is run by a group of sadists who mock the beasts, maim and even kill them. I've been following these monsters and I'm prepared to provide plenty of proof of their inhuman acts. PETA moment. Probably. But I'll send a couple of guys. Why not? Why not? Just 2 guys. Halo Beauty Salon. I wonder if they've got the Mountain Dew scented shampoo. They prepare their customers using like Head and Shoulders 3-in-1 and the Mountain Dew scented shampoo. Television star Manuel Torreblanca. Oh, it's him again. Lin-Manuel Torreblanca was exiting the beauty salon when a group of fans noticed him. I suppose Lin-Manuel Miranda is not a television star. That's not entirely an accurate association there. They grew so excited that they began to tear at his clothes. The actor managed to retreat and lock himself inside the salon. Hurry, I think they're going to break the shop window. I'm going to send... Wow, all these 3 guys are tired as hell. I'm going to send these guys. I don't have a paddy wagon to send, so I'll send McStoned. Animal abuse reports. Offender caught. Hooray! We did it. There was actual legitimate animal abuse going on. Drug trafficking in the suburbs. We just received an anonymous tip. There's a meat truck making a run, and along with the frozen meat, they're smuggling heroin inside the cow carcasses. A truck has an armored escort. You know, you'd think that would tip people off. Like, who fucking shadows the movements of a meat truck with like an armored car? Man, we have not had, knock on wood, of course, but we have not had an officer casualty all shift. Or all, stream, I should say. We've had, like, I think we've had, like, 3 perfect days in a row. Attempted robbery at the Buddhist temple. Several armed men stormed into the temple and started hacking up the golden statue of the Buddha. Oh, I gave Godbomber the day off! Oh, God, he's never on shift during these religious calls. Oh, I bet there's an achievement associated with that or something. There's gotta be. It's too good to be true. Too good to be true. A police car draws up alongside the truck, but it doesn't slow down. There's a Jeep right behind it filled with men carrying guns. Stop immediately, run the Jeep into the curb, shoot out the Jeep's tires. I'll give them a warning. They haven't shot at us yet. Wow, that was easy. We found some more heroin. There's a lot of heroin on the streets in Freeburg. I guess, I wonder how finishing off the nest egg works. Do I have to have 500,000 at the end of the game? Or is there going to be like a cutscene after today that's like, oh my god, I did it, and it's going to take that 500,000 out of my account or whatever, and it'll just be locked in. I have a feeling I have to have 500,000 by the end of, or at the end of the game. I mean, I did get the achievement, though. I don't know. I feel like I have to stick with, like, being a mafia whore, you know? Like, I've been doing that all playthrough. I can't, like, you know, I can't move away from that at this point. There are definitely decisions in this game that affect its outcome. Like, I know for a fact that the Robespierre, like, sort of riot, sort of uprising thing would have happened by now in the game. I'm actually kind of afraid. Like, we've had, I think, 20 days here of, like, no real, like, story chunks other than, like, we've had bits about his wife, which we don't even, his ex-wife, which we don't even care about now because we have the attorney, or the chief prosecutor. What position does she have? I think she's the attorney general, the prosecutor's office, chief prosecutor, something like that. But whatever, she's really into us, so we don't need our ex-wife anymore. We got rid of the bitch ex-wife. All right, animal assault. A lot of animal abuse all of a sudden. A man on the verge of hysteria calls in. No, my house was attacked by crows, so many that they darkened the sky. The sound of their cawing deafened my ears. They've surrounded the house, climbed through all the cracks, and they're threatening my whole family. Oh, come on, this is the birds. That's not even an innovative reference. That's way too easy. Oh. I don't even think we should bother sending anybody to this call. Oh, I'm afraid of the crows! You guys got it. If anything, we'll just arrest this mentally ill person. This game definitely takes place in the past, so it could have been during a period where involuntary institutionalization was still a thing. So, might need to send a guy, I don't know. Purdy. I'm probably going to send Purdy. And, Scantron. Why not? Suspicious individual. Vegetable shop. Sales clerk Reynaldo Cotto. Witnessed from behind a black visitor dropping a gun, which he then quickly grabbed and hid again. Then, like nothing had happened, the suspicious man continued to peruse... Oh god. I'm gonna get torn apart if we have any... This is presumably an Italian ingredient. And I have a feeling that if I don't pronounce it correctly, I've got my New Jersey friends are going to tear me limb from limb. I assume that's vermicelli. Vermicelli? I think it's celli, like when it's C-L-L-I. I could be wrong. Whatever. Mr. Cotto is afraid. I'm guessing. It might not even be Italian. Say it right or die. Love this stuff. Oh, you do? What is it? I don't actually know what this is. I got it right the first time. It is vermicelli. What is this stuff? Is it a vegetable? Like, it is sorry, it's the vegetable shop, so I'm using context clues here. Vermicelli. Mr. Cotto is afraid that the guy is up to something. Yeah. The fact that he has a gun and a vegetable store, it's a noodle thingy? Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up after the stream. If I ever unlock those free tier emotes, I'll make a vermicelli emote. You guys gotta hold me to that. A single raven was sitting on the roof of the house, croaking loudly. It turns out that the man who called the station is suffering from mental disorder. Yeah, kinda called that. Alright. Another automatic weapon. Gotta keep selling to the Mafia. I will. Yeah, hold me to that. Send these two. We don't have enough to send it to the human trafficking call anyway. Ooh, this one's gonna be down to the wire. Oh, these guys aren't gonna want to go. Yeah, every single time it's that down to the wire. And it won't even matter if I re-click it. Like, nobody's even close to coming back. Like, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, that was a human trafficking call as well. Okay, so we got some frames for that. Yeah, no new frames found on that. Woo! Vermicelli! Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a little creative with that. Alright, here we go. Robbery at the city center. A girl just called in reporting that she had been robbed near an ATM. She was crying as she spoke. He came up from behind and put a knife to my throat. I gave him my bag and he ran away. He took off with my paycheck. Okay, we are going to send Mitchell and Obi. GYN. God damn it. That was Oh, no! That was like 3 perfect days in a row. 3 perfect days in a row. All broken up because these two wimps didn't wanna go to a call.
1210 complete.
Alright. 1 second. One second. I am going to... Guys, get a bit of bumper for this stream. Alright. This never happened. I am totally solving this off camera, on my own, without any help from the internet. 0 help. I am the best This Is the Police player on Earth. I will. Oh, I'm getting the fucking dog jack and that. Don't judge me, Lucy. I tried really hard on this one. I deserve a little Oh, there's a disambiguation. There are two dog jack emotes. It's a lot of dog jack emotes. Cheating pigs too. Oh, come on. It's too easy. There's a verb in my name. You can just replace it. Oh, this is a fucking gang investigation. I don't want to start another gang investigation. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh my god, guys, I just had an epiphany. I totally know how to solve this. You guys would never guess. Got the woman in her car, right? She does get out of the vehicle, even though at no point does it say she gets out of her vehicle. And then her handbag gets stolen. The guy runs off. She calls the police. Got the car door, hand hook door, however that green text goes. Man hook hand car door. I think that's how it goes. I probably have that wrong. And then the woman left her keys in the ignition. Bam! Crashes into the fire hydrant. All those detectives just got that experience. That's quite nice, actually. But yeah, oh my god, my epiphany was right, guys. I did it. I gotta check the complaining pigs too. Roggle threw something in the stream Discord like half an hour ago. I did not see that until now. I've added a third hourglass. I've added a little pressure.
910B complete.
All right, robbery. Officers unharmed. Is the stream up? Or am I still on bumper? No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Oh wow, 5 people all of a sudden. Welcome to the stream. I totally didn't just cheat on an investigation. All right. We're coming up. We're actually getting really close to 100 days here. Analyst. Insurance company popularity is growing. Even though one just got, like, raided or whatever by a gang of drunk people. High-quality counterfeit money floods Freeburg. That sounds like it's my fault. I've been doing a lot of money laundering through the mob lately. Talking parrot terrifies morgue employee. City Hall Mafia Police Station. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I still don't really get these. I don't get these Robespierre notes. And I don't feel like that's a serious enough thing to warrant me cheating, you know, so I'll just stick with this. Alright, I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight, can I go home? Davenport, you ask me this every single day. I don't even think you're on a case right now. Oh, so our first patron of the new cop bar downtown. Drank too much. Don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? You know, I have a record of telling drunk cops that they have to show up to work, and they usually end up dying in a drunk driving accident. So you know what? Yeah, just come in tomorrow, Dengar. My son was in a car accident. The doctors are fighting for his life right now. I just can't manage to work today. Can I have the day off? You've been asking for time off a lot lately, Flores, but you did really well yesterday. So just come in tomorrow. Oh, you know who did show up today? Kubota. Oh my god, that's a surprise. That's a real shocker. It just occurred to me this might not actually be water. This might be vodka. This is I imagine that if MatPat were to ever make a game theory, I gotta submit this game theory into like MatPat. Maybe he'll do like a game theory video for This Is the Police, like the glass of water on Old Merkbo Beach cassette is really a glass of vodka. I just Alright. My share of the explosive. Yep, I will take everything. Alright. Bomb threat at the Everyday Mall. A woman draped with explosives walked into a shopping center. She set fire to the children's store and then sat down to pray. Eyewitnesses report that she is waiting for a divine sign to blow herself up. Yes! Yes! God Bomber is finally working a religious call! Alright, God Bomber, you know what to do. You gotta talk this woman down. You're gonna be leading this call. You're gonna be leading this call. I'm also gonna send gay. Ronnie Millsap, Dr. McGillicuddy, Morris County, New Jersey, and to hell with it. Kubota Motorsports. SWAT. Nah, God Bomber's gonna blow up on this mission. That is precisely why I'm sending him on this mission. Deadass in his name. Yes, I have to. It is his destiny, Lucy. I have to. I can't hold a man back from his destiny. I don't have SWAT. I'm gonna send Van Dahl and Nordlander. Oh shit. Okay. Attempted carjacking, soaps and sparkles. Car wash. Tanner Scott works at the car wash and spends all his time around cars. Or Freeburg High School. Tanner Scott attends school diligently. What time is it? It's like 7:48 in the morning. Yeah, he's probably at school. I'm gonna send my best 2 officers and hope that SWAT isn't. Fraud at the bordello. Hello, this is Bill Buckler. I called a gay sex hotline and asked to connect with the blonde with the big breasts. Contrary to this individual's name, they are a woman. This is still a gay sex hotline. Headcanon. But the girl that answered was my second cousin! Oh, hell nah. Bro, second cousins, they're like your cousin's, your first cousin's children, right? So, like, this is someone that is significantly younger than him. This is messed up. We figured out who each other was after we got to talking, and then she started crying and hung up. She's got a face like a saw blade and must be 50... Bro, how old are you? How old are you? Well, I mean, I suppose... I have some cousins that are, like, in their... They're in their early 50s. And I think my oldest second cousin is, like... 14? I guess that's not too much older than me. So I guess he could just be like, 60, 65. That's not too outrageous. I want those two-faced phone sex swindlers arrested. I mean, this isn't really a crime. What? It's phone sex. They don't have to look... whatever. Whatever. This is not a crime. This is not a crime. I don't even think phone sex hotlines really even exist anymore, but... My third cousins are only a few years older than me. Damn, you have third cousins that are... Oh, yeah, I suppose you're, like... Oh, God, I may be getting this completely wrong. I think I've had misconceptions as to what second and third cousins are in the past. This could just be me being stupid, as per typical. I need to wait on that call. Suspect is kneeling on the ground, ignoring everything around, and it seems that she is praying. Suggest a prayer for her. Take aim at the suspect and wait. Hands up, don't make any sudden movements. Oh, this is actually kind of a tough one. I don't actually have any third cousins. Oh, your grandparents are siblings. Okay, that's how that works. Okay. Oh, isn't it like cousin first removed or whatever would be like the children of my cousins? Is that how that works? Like first removed, cousins first removed, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Grandparents or siblings. Yeah. Huh. I have no idea. Yeah, English, okay, there are so many languages that handle this kind of thing really elegantly. English does not do it. Like, in my opinion, the hereditary system behind cousins is like completely confusing. Like I don't understand any of it, I think. Other than like first cousins. First cousins are easy. Obviously that's, you know, your aunts and uncles' children. What do you guys think I should do with this call? Hmm. Any suggestions on this call? I'm kind of at a loss. 'Cause like hands up, I guess? Yeah, I mean that sounds the most like official. Well done, God Bomber. Man, we are just raking in these explosives. It'd be cool if selling all this stuff to the Mafia actually made a difference in the game. Maybe it affects the paper headlines. Alcoholic Eugene Ward won $45,000 in the lottery, returned home with his winnings, and boasted about it to his drinking buddies in the yard. They all toasted Mr. Ward and congratulated him on his good fortune. Then, once he was good and hammered, they beat him up and stole his money. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah! What? That's what I said, but like it was a call, and typically when it's like a false alarm or whatever, it's a genuine false alarm. It's not like, oh, we can't arrest anybody. Wrong place. Shit. All right. Huh, he skipped school today. They said that he diligently attended school. Holy shit! Alright. The investigation can wait. Assault at the Touch of Dionysus liquor store. 3 teenagers were goofing around and accidentally knocked over a rack of expensive cognac. The shop owner tried to detain them, but the young people beat him up pretty bad, grabbed a few surviving bottles, and bolted out the door. Alright. Since you 3 are the last people left, I'm sending you. Holy shit! Robbery in a residential area. Alcoholic Eugene War... Oh, I already read this one. Okay, I need to stagger these. There are so many fucking calls. Assault in the ghetto. Some local guys caught 2 teenagers writing racist graffiti on the wall of the house. They started beating them, and a crowd has gathered cheering them on. I think they might kill those boys, said one eyewitness. Oh, great. We have to protect the racists. Yeah, Kubota. You might learn something. I don't know. Attempted murder at Eddie's Burgers. A nervous man reported that a waitress was trying to poison him with some kind of mysterious liquid. I guarantee you she was just putting, like, creamer in his coffee or something. Fraud at the Bank of Freeburg. The police have received several complaints about a certain bank branch. Its customers claim that they have gotten several counterfeit bills, and the branch manager denies any involvement. Oh, there has been news of counterfeit bills in the paper. I am going to send people out to this. Atticus Corp. Mr. Boyd, I have a serious problem. The fire department raided my skyscraper in a surprise inspection and evacuated the building due to gross violations of safety. I already had everything smoothed over with the last guy, but the new chief inspector is refusing to negotiate. I want you to send your most convincing employees to his office tell them to show the stubborn inspector the lay of the land. I'm losing money every hour over his principles. I gotta send Gay. He's the experienced hostage negotiator. I really don't think that this is, like, real. And this can wait. This can wait till the end of the shift.
412C in progress. 410A complete.
Didn't like the color of his coffee. Yet another racist.
We've got a
Assault.
situation here.
There's a homeless couple staggering around the gate where the offenders were last spotted. Quickly question the homeless people, expand the search. Beat the homeless people with the nightsticks until they talk. Expand the search. The police have cited some teenagers who fit the description of the suspects. The teens spot the police and throw a bottle of cognac in their direction. Yeah, I think that's them. I don't think any other... I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find any more teens with expensive bottles of cognac just bebopping around. Try to catch the bottles and throw them back, fire shots in the air, or pursue them. I'm gonna fire some shots into the air.
412A complete.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright.
450
Oh my
in
god.
progress.
Jeez, we've had more calls today than the last, like, 3 shifts combined. Oh god, I've got, like, nobody to send.
412A complete.
They got it! They got it! No problem, no problem. Okay, assault with an offensive weapon. I don't think we're actually gonna have time to do this one. Yeah, shit.
412C complete.
Yeah, somebody's gonna die. Fuck. It's like a high schooler. Well, gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. We're gonna be sending more counterfeit money into circulation. Reckless endangerment at a construction site. One of the workers from a construction site says that another one of his guys came to work drunk and climbed up on the crane. The man could hardly stand, didn't seem like he understood what was happening. Vandal and Millsap got this on lock. Okay. Pet store saleswoman reported a delusional customer who stood staring at the snake section. Ooh, there's some alliteration for you. Stood staring at the snake section. Then suddenly began smashing the terrariums and throwing the snakes onto the floor. Reptiles should be free, he yelled, scaring away all the other customers. The saleswoman remained calm. It's a good thing we don't carry any poisonous species. Gotta go. Good night. Yeah, good night, Belle. Catch you later. I'm gonna send Gay and McGillicuddy. Bell going to bed at 8:07 p.m. Past her bedtime. Send Kingston, Godbomber, Lazzarini, and Kubota. Actually, to hell with it. I'm sending my worst 4 police officers.
Looks like we have a situation here.
Oh, I think somebody just joined. Welcome. A drunk crane operator almost crushed one of his coworkers. Yeah, we just read that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Climb up the crane and throw the driver out of the cab. You know, I think I watched an episode of Emergency that was actually like this word for word. This might be like... I'm almost certain, to the letter, this is ripped from an episode of Emergency. That one 70s show with the like, first responders. They're like paramedics, I guess. It's about a couple of paramedics. And, I mean, I guess they're kind of firefighters, though. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Climb up the crane, signal the man to stop, demand over the loudspeaker that the man stop. Yeah, I didn't really see that going any other way, honestly. There we go. That's not even themed to Emergency. I don't know why I'm whistling. Well, actually, I sound like a complete maniac because I know for a fact that you guys can't hear me whistling. Like, my sound filter, like, completely drowns it out.
311B in progress.
Yeah, 8,000 bucks. These Atticus Corp... I heard it? Really? So, Discord sound filter is more extensive than Streamlabs. That's kind of interesting. Kodu. God, bummer. I have them set to the same level. I'm almost certain I have them synced. Kubota. A woman called to report a fight. There's a bunch of Chinese people fighting in the park. Hurry, there's kids around. How does the woman know that they're Chinese?
611 in progress.
This game plays loose and fancy-free with a lot of racial vernacular, which I understand is purposeful because it's a game about cops in, like, I assume the 80s, like late 80s, because there's a lot of stuff that they're kung fu. Lucy. Gay, Millsap, McGillicuddy, Morris. Sawmill neighborhood. R word. Driving along a road, a trucker noticed a disheveled man wearing a blood-stained shirt, pulling woman into the forest by her hair. The trucker wanted to stop right there, but then he decided it would be smarter to quickly get on a phone and call the cops. Yeah, probably is for the best. Yeah. And this is the first gang investigation that we have had in, like, I want to say 30, 40 days.
311.
Or not. Oh, maybe that comes in tomorrow. It was only the Dragon's Lair Martial Arts Club meeting outside to enjoy the fresh air. Lucy was actually right.
511 in progress.
I'm pretty sure that is like the martial arts studio. Likely Kung Fu. Firefight in the suburbs. War veteran Asa Pickering, whom I think we've had a couple calls about in the past, got into an argument with his neighbor Albert Burnham over the garbage he leaves on the driveway in front of his house. It developed into a serious fight, and Mr. Burnham drew his gun and opened fire. He wounded his neighbor in the thigh, but the wounded man managed to run to his house and return a few minutes later with a gun of his own. The firefight is still ongoing, and the stray bullets are flying all around the neighborhood houses. One of these wild shots wounded the teenage daughter of Alice Hawthorne, who called the police. You guys, this is probably going to be the last call of the day, so you guys got it on lock. You guys will figure it out. I don't know why I keep saying that.
We've got a situation here.
Got that in my head now, Lucy. I know you didn't even, like, reference the song explicitly, but it's up there. At the site indicated by the trucker, there's a trail of fresh dirt and blood leading into the forest. Hey, is there someone out there? Follow the trail into the woods. Listen carefully in case you can hear something. I'm gonna follow the trail into the woods. In the clearing, there is a bloody woman, and above her there is an angry man who's strangling her. The suspect has a frozen glare. It seems he's not himself. Bath salts, calling it right now. Shooting him with a taser.
611 complete.
One of the other options is, like, sing him a lullaby. I should have read that. Well done. Well done. It would have been funny if we found bath salts. We have yet to pick up any bath salts in this game. A lot of heroin, a lot of there was some cocaine. I don't think we found any other drugs, though. I think it's all been cocaine and heroin. I legitimately want to know how they figure out whether or not items can be found. I think it's based on police experience. We're actually making a decent cop out of Kubota here. I need to kill him. Like, I really need to kill Kubota. The day that I buy a police trap for him, though, I know he's not going to show up to work, because he only shows up to every third shift. And I just got over 500,000, so I don't really think that I should, I don't think I should really be spending a lot of money. Alright, what are we at time-wise? Wow, we have time to do another day. This stream has been super productive, despite my incessant rambling. Petty shoplifting charges for pop star Alana Mores. I almost said Alanis Morissette, which that is an obvious reference to. My mom, I think, really likes Alanis Morissette. I could be mistaken. The study, women use phone sex more than men. Doubt. Oh my god, that's bullshit. Magpie Publishing House offers free print copies of school textbooks. That's actually really nice. School textbooks are super fucking expensive. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I never know what these... I wonder if that indicates what kind of, like, personal request type you're gonna get, depending on the day. That's my closest approximation. I'm too tired, I can only walk straight. Can I go home? No. I drank too much, I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? Yeah, I gotta stop telling drunk cops to get in. I think I forgot to feed my fish back at the house. Can I have the day off? No. I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? Yeah, go ahead, Scantron. There was a fire at my daughter's school, and my little girl was seriously burned. She's in intensive care. Can I go to her? Yes, but coming tomorrow. I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? God, we don't even have options for this guy. Yeah, well... No, you just asked last. Too bad. Today, some of my relatives have come to visit. They're here from another country, and we've never even met before. Can I have the day off? No, I've been giving you too many days off, Flores, and that's your worst excuse yet. Alright, we've got... Back in business. Tanner Scott turned out to be a member of the gang known as the Keylesses. I would have never expected. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Yeah, why not? Sure, we'll try it. I hate these gang investigations. Juan Camilo Salas. I could just arrest him. Guess we have to interrogate him. When he was 10 years old, Tanner Scott went ice skating on a frozen lake and fell through the ice. The boy nearly drowned, but was rescued by a passing police patrolman. Tanner suffered quite a lot as a result of the incident. He developed chronic skin problems and increased sensitivity to temperature changes. He's from a poor family. His father a trucker is rarely at home, and his mother is a clumsy waitress, struggling to hold down even a job for the cheap diners she works at. The boy loves cars and dreams of being a Formula One driver. To be closer to the coolest cars, he took a job in a car wash, where he became friends with Nina Ware, a stylish female accountant. Tanner is so attached to her that he even invited her to school for Professionals Day. But Nina didn't come. All of his classmates called him orphan and laughed at him. Tanner Scott had no chance of going to a decent college. He has bad grades, no sports talent, and his parents barely make ends meet. Damn. Next time you go for a ride, maybe try a bicycle. Why are you trying to steal a sports car? Want to feel like a real racer? You like to play with cars? My son has a big collection of models. Want to see? Yeah, why not? Fuck you, I'm not a child. I am really bad at these interrogations. That broken... You'll see me driving Formula One on TV one day, alright? Okay. We got your pimpled face on camera, there's no denying it. Tell me about your relationship with Nina Ware. Your mother dropped everything and rushed right here from the diner. Let's finish this quickly. You don't want to get her fired again, don't you? Ooh. I don't think he got her fired. She got herself fired. We've done a bit of schmoozing. Let's get to the... We don't have a relationship. Damn. Start torture? Or end the interrogation? Well, we know they do have a relationship, so this might yield something. Oh my god. I have never played this part of the game before. Barrel, waterboarding. Oh my god. Torture with heat? Oh, he has a temperature sensitivity. We should torture him with the heat. I hate this. Like, I don't understand why so much popular media has to glorify the use of torture or whatever. It's been proven time and time again that it doesn't fucking work. People just tell you what you want to hear to stop the torture. Oh my god! Get, like, sound effects? I don't even know what these bars are. Is this, like, his length from breaking or whatever, and this is his health? I guess we just torture him with heat again. Oh my god! Wait. One time I saw Nina Ware steal a sweet sports car. She promised to teach me everything she knew about jacking cars as soon as I turned 18. That was easy. Damn. She kind of bad. Torture Pig 2? No, I fucking hate torture. hate torture. Oh no. Oh god. Alright, I need to put more detectives on this other case. Anyone in the chat call a love seat a Davenport? I believe that's a Midwestern brand. It originates from like a brand, but it's like it's a Midwest expression for like a love seat. And love seat is actually kind of a Midwestern term as well. A small couch, a two cushion couch usually is the distinction between a sofa and a love seat, or a Davenport. I'm gonna put chlortho on this one too. So many. I got Darude Sandstorm here. So many of our detectives just don't do shit. They just sit around. We gotta keep them employed. Take everything. Take everything. We're making
911 in
bank.
progress.
A woman called to report that she caught a thief red-handed. I've had my underwear stolen several times. I leave it to dry in the air after I do laundry. Today I saw a teenage boy on a bicycle pull my favorite panties off the clothesline. The dirty boy is riding around his bike through the neighborhood now. Alright, I will send... I'll send Mitchell, and... Dengar's gonna die in an accident. I think the most, like, drunk driving that cops have done and survived is, like, one drive. That's it. Like, if I send them on a second one, they die 100% of the time. Because I recall that's what happened with at least one person that died in a drunk driving accident in this game. Oh, well, yeah, that it was, I think both times, actually, that there was at least one officer on the call that was drunk and that I had already sent out on a call. Armed robbery at the Blitz Cafe. An addict ran into the diner, threatened everyone with a pistol, and demanded all the cash in the register, and the wallets from the visitors. He fired 2 shots into the ceiling. Alright. Prado is still tired. I'm gonna send Flores. I'm gonna send Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Godbomber, and Dengar. Alright, carjacking investigation has started. Right.
1010A in progress.
I will put the rest of my detectives on this case, because we want to finish up this racket pretty fast. Because there's a time limit. I think there's like a 10-day time limit to cracking down on like a crime syndicate or something, and City Hall starts like breathing down your neck really fast. Bomb threat, Freeburg Elementary School. A young and hysterical teacher reported that a student brought a bomb to school. The boy was always so serious for a normal child. I always suspected that something bad was going on, and today, when Ahmed came to class, I heard something ticking in his backpack. This sounds like a classic case of racism. But it is unfortunately my job to send people out. There are a lot of bomb threats at that elementary school, for it being probably the 80s. The decapitated body of Bogo Sahak, Bogo's Binted, was found on the window of a souvenir shop. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple off each case. I'm gonna take Glasgow and Chlortho off this case. And I'm gonna take Moser, because I really need a new frontman to this case. And wow, Wolf? Wolf is really experienced now. When I hired the Wolf brothers, I assumed that both of them were gonna be out of the force pretty quick. I think I initially referred to them as the Paul brothers. They look like the Paul brothers, but like older. I don't know, Kang? Yeah, why not? I'll take Kang off that. Alright. Apparently only one of those is on this shift.
911.
At least my detectives finally have something to do, you know? Like, they're just sitting around for weeks.
1010A in progress. 611 in progress.
R-Word, Entertainment District. Coach Spencer Nettles began to... Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I can't say that on stream either. One of his students in the classroom. She gave him several hard slaps, trying to back him off, but instead the man became furious and started tearing off the girl's clothes. Alright, Prado and Yancey, by process of elimination, that's you guys.
We've got a situation
Blitz Cafe.
here.
Seeing the police, the suspect grabs a woman and points a gun at the officers. Police surrounded, stick your hands up and surrender. Try to shoot perpendicular in the head. Suspect suddenly throws the woman off and rushes through the service door. Run outside and chase him down there. Shoot him in the back. Oh, fuck. Oh, Dengar. Man, Dengar. Ugh, fucking... I let one drunk officer come to work. Fucking dies. Ah, that was the first officer death of the stream. Holy shit, a lot of call. Oh my god. I found a strange bundle. Investigation into that has started. Terrorist was an 8-year-old Ahmed who brought his brand new wristwatch to school to show off to some friends. Will you guys actually go to this? Yeah, I didn't think so. This is going to result in a lot of civilian casualties. Yeah, this is... Fuck.
1010A. Officer on scene.
Oh, when he spots the police, Mr. Nettles releases the girl and begins to move back towards the locker room saying, "Look, we were just fooling around." Rush the suspect. Coach runs towards the bag, pulls out a gun. Just go away, you got the wrong idea about this. Shoot him with the taser.
611 complete.
God damn it! This has been a rough day.
12 in progress.
Yeah, I missed the real bomb threat. Oh shit! Almost missed that breaking and entering. John Whitman, speaking in a slow voice, said that 10 men tried to climb through the window, but they all tried to do it at once and got themselves stuck. It's damn funny and a little scary to look at. All strange like a cartoon. Mr. Whitman continued in an unnatural tone. Ugh. I'm more concerned about, like, the dude. Child abuse, everyday mall. At the toy store, a baby started acting up, demanding a toy train. The mother first began to scream and then started whipping the boy with all her strength. The clerk called the police and saying the woman is drunk or stoned and barely aware of what's going on. I'm afraid she'll maim the poor child. I think she already has. Like, that's kind of the definition of maiming. Alright, destruction of property, Hell on Wheels car dealership. An unhappy customer carrying a baseball bat entered the showroom and started smashing up the cars on display. I brought a brand new car here, but after a month it wouldn't start, and you people wouldn't do anything. The manager tried to intervene and calm the man down, but he got a crack in his head for the trouble. The situation is heating up. You think? Alright, I am going to send... these guys. Purdy and Kendall. Kendall. Alright, drug possession at the Sugar Daddy Cafe. I can hear Lucy in the back of my head. Sugar Father! We received an anonymous tip. Some cocaine is being stored in the back of a coffee shop. Alright. Yancey, McStone, Koizumi, SWAT team. Man, this has been a rough day. Police officer killed, multiple civilians dead. John Whitman had taken a triple dose of his medication and sat all evening staring at a blank white wall. 10 people stuck in the window wasn't the only cartoon he saw. The woman continues to thrash the boy, who seems to have lost consciousness. God damn! I suggest the woman use a belt! Hell nah. Drag the woman off the child. In the name of the law, stop immediately! God damn. Bailing on this woman. Righto. Yeah, this shift went so badly because I gave, like, 3 people the day off.
We've got a situation here.
There's nothing suspicious in the cafe dining area. There's a couple sitting at the table talking quietly. Waiters walking about. Behind the bar is a beefy bartender. Nice strong cup of coffee and a piece of cherry pie, please. You all better finish your coffee and hit the road. This is a crime scene. Ask the bartender to show you the back room. Bartender throws a coffee pot at the cops and pulls a gun from under the counter. Shoot the kill. Flip the table over and hide behind it. Try to calm the bartender down.
1111.
Would not be surprised if a civilian died. I did not evacuate the coffee shop. Hey, cocaine. Awesome. Homicide at the cemetery. Lori Nauer, speaking with a lifeless voice, claimed that someone killed her husband and that nobody cares. I buried him in the ground. Can you tell me why nobody cares? This is murder. Isn't this your job? I don't really think a crime has been committed, but I'm going to send 2 guys anyway. I got plenty of time on this other call. Fight at the Lucifer in the Sky with Lizard's nightclub. 2 guys waiting to get into the nightclub refused to share a place in line with each other and started a fight. Security has decided not to intervene. Mitchell, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, OBGYN.
212 complete.
Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Based. Prado broke 1,200. First cop to do so.
410B in progress.
Ghetto. Linda Hill reports that her neighbor Tamara Pastagna was having a fight with her husband during dinner, and that she grabbed a kitchen knife and stuck it in his neck. That guy's dead. She absolutely lost it. She turned on the gas and is going to light a fire and blow up the whole apartment and the children inside. She won't listen to me. I have no cops to send. Man, this has been a long shift. Alright. Yancey, McStone, Koizumi.
410B complete.
Lori Nauer's husband died of cancer, which he had been suffering with for the past 4 years. During the funeral, the woman crumbled under a mountain of sorrow and fell into shock, unable to account for her actions.
Officer,
One of the participants in the fight grabbed a bottle of beer and smashed it against the wall. He's wielding the splinters like a knife. His opponent grabs his hand and places another on his throat, shouting something. The detainee strikes a police officer and tries to escape. Chase him down, hold it right there, shoot him with the taser.
311A complete.
Taser time. Taser time. Taser time.
412B in progress.
6 young men were playing kickball and accidentally smashed a shop window. The shop owner came out to deal with the situation, but the men beat him up, and they just kept on playing kickball. One eyewitness said that a player had a gun. All right, Purdy. Prove your worth, my friend. 1,200. You got this. Long-ass shift. Long-ass shift. I think it ends in a couple minutes. Oh, right. Call right in the last minute of the shift. Man's corpse is lying on the kitchen floor, and there's a barely conscious woman sitting with a matchbox in her hands. The smell of gas is very strong. Open the window. In the next room, the sounds comes the sounds of crying. The door is locked. Break down the door and take the children out into the street. Look for a key to the room. Sit still. Everything will be all right. No, everything will not be all right. That woman's about to blow this building sky high.
410B complete.
I don't know. I think that woman's dead. Alright. Disorderly conduct at Desire Park. 2 immigrants are drinking alcohol on a park bench and singing loudly in Bulgarian. Any passers-by who comment are shown the middle finger. Alright, Flores and God Bomber. It's weird that God Bomber is the cop with the lowest amount of experience on this shift right now, because he's actually a halfway decent police officer. Assault with a deadly weapon. More serious than we thought. Alright, Mitchell. OBGYN. Alright, Detective Kang. I don't think that... Yeah, it's 4 frames, so we can't solve that. Carjacking... Ooh, it's 3 frames. This might be it right here. Alright, okay, so... Shows a guy a badge. Uses one of those, like, weird, like, lock bar things that you slide down into the window sill, and then she hotwires it. Easy dub. Easy dub. Nina Ware listed as accountant for the car wash. Yep. Based. Alright. And I don't think I can solve this one either. Actually, I might be able to solve this one. That's a lot of talking. We'll solve that one next stream. Alright. Carjacking Ninaware keeps thorough books and often stays late at work. Alright. I need another cop. I might not be able to... I might not have time to send a cop to this.
210.
Alright, there we go. I'm going to send Yancey and McStone and the SWAT team. She's definitely there. She's definitely not going to be at home. Loves pizza. Woo! We caught the Bulgarian men. Alright. I've been getting the places for these investigations wrong, though, lately. Nice. That was a really chaotic shift. Seems to have alcohol problems. Oh, come on. She was at the pizza place? Officially declare this person dead. I need my slots, man. I don't know how people can do that. Alright. We made it to day 99. I think that was 6 full days on stream. We're at about 2 hours 10. So I guess to stay consistent, I should probably chop off the stream here, but I actually do have to like stay up tonight. So I guess thoughts on a double stream? I'll actually put it in the chat too. I will put it on bumper for the time being. Yeah, any word on This also gives me an opportunity to see what's going on in here. Someone is still lurking in the chat. Unless it's... I don't know. It should be me. I don't think I usually count as a viewer. I could be wrong. It might just be me. I could be talking to just Lucy. I don't know. My voice is a little fucked. This is all going to be tacked on to the end of my YouTube stream, though, so I should probably wrap this one up soon. Do I have the stamina for a double stream tonight? Is the question. Oh, somebody has joined the stream. Welcome. I am I'm currently I'm deciding whether or not I should do a double stream tonight, because I obviously got to stay up tonight, and I have a feeling that if I don't keep myself occupied, I'm gonna nod off. So if you are just joining, feel free to voice your opinion in the chat. It will probably be a This Is the Police double feature, because I don't think I've got enough people around to really do any of my multiplayer stuff back. Also, you need a co-op clown. If you need a co-op clown, I got you. Yeah, we could do This Is the Police, I guess. Yeah, we can. I'd be willing to do a This Is the Police stream. Would you be down for This Is the Police, Lucy? I forgot to mention, Joe and I actually did manage to unlock more stages off camera. We unlocked 2 more. One which is like a really... It's a small map with like a military plane thing. And the other one is like a big one. So we can do the military plane one quick on stream, because that won't take long. Yeah, let's do it. This is the police stream. I'll end this one. Thank you for being patient with me, whoever's lurking. I apologize for, I guess, streaming 2 minutes, 3 minutes of dead air at the end of this sesh. We will be back in a moment with This is the Police if you are interested. If you like what you see, as always, think about dropping a follow. That's best way to support me. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And like I said, if you're interested, tonight's a double feature. I'll probably have This is the Police up after, or excuse me, 0 Hour up after this. See you in a minute, hopefully.